Alright guys, I'm here with my top 10 movies of 2009, so let's get to it. Number 10, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. This was just an awesome movie. This was a lot of fun, it had some great action scenes, it was very visually stunning, it was just an all-out fun popcorn movie. This is the definition of a popcorn movie right here. Lacking in plot? A little. Not too good character development? You could definitely say that. But man, was it fun. And at the end of the day, that's why we go to the movies, to have fun. And that's what G.I. Joe is. Number 9, G-Force. For a movie about talking guinea pigs, I was definitely impressed by this one. This had a lot going for it. It had some great characters, it had some great action scenes. Really good action scenes, as a matter of fact. For a kids movie about talking guinea pigs, this was definitely pretty hardcore in its action department. This was a lot of fun for a kids movie, and you could say that about a kids movie. That's a lot. Number 8, Julie and Julia. Now, I'm not really into true life stories or movies based on around one person who really lived, but Julie and Julia managed to get a clever spin on it, and telling not one, but two true life stories at once, and getting two great actresses to do it. Meryl Streep and Amy Adams did a terrific job in their playing Julie Child and Julia Powell. Wait, Julie Powell, Julia Child. Anyway, but Julie and Julia definitely had a great story and great execution, and it definitely made me hungry. Number 7, Watchmen. When I saw this movie, I didn't read the graphic novel, but I was definitely impressed by this movie. And after having read the graphic novel, I can safely say that Zack Snyder and crew did an amazing job capturing the essence of the graphic novel, and managed to deliver a great film for newcomers as well. It was definitely visually stunning, well acted, and just all around great movie, whether you read the graphic novel or not. Number 6, Push. This was a pretty overlooked movie, and I definitely don't see why, because Push was an awesome movie. Push had some great action scenes and a really creative story, and it had a lot going for it. It was a very visually stunning film set in the crazy city of Hong Kong. It was very well acted, especially by Dakota Fanning. I think this is one of Dakota Fanning's best movies. And when you're 12, 13 years old and playing your very first drunk scene in the movie, you better knock it out of the park. And Dakota Fanning did all that. Push is a sadly overlooked movie that you should definitely give a whirl sometime. Number 5, Star Trek. Now, I'm not a Star Trek guy, I'm a Star Wars guy, but I was definitely impressed by this movie. It had great action, a great story, and definitely well acted. Chris Pine was an absolute powerhouse to watch as Captain Kirk. Zachary Quinto was absolutely perfect as Mr. Spock, and it's just an amazing movie. It was a lot of fun. It was a very well written. It had a great story, very well put together. Star Trek is one of the best movies out this year. Or no, the 5th best movie out this year. Number 4 is District 9. This was honestly probably the most original movie out of the whole year. Because District 9 had a great premise, and it definitely handled it well. A lot of movies had a great premise, but they end up throwing it away. But I won't name names. But District 9 definitely took advantage of the amazing story that they had. It was very well executed, and with probably some of the most amazing visual effects I've ever seen. They treated the aliens in this movie like real characters in the background. They didn't show it off in some big flashy effects, and that's probably one of the greatest strengths that this movie has. Add to that some fantastic acting by Sharlto Copley. It's a very well shot and very great looking movie. You got one hell of a ride, my friend. Number 3, Monsters vs. Aliens. With a title like Monsters vs. Aliens, you better deliver. And this movie definitely did. Again, for a kids movie, it did manage to handle its action scenes pretty good. Plus, it has, I'm convinced, the coolest monsters ever in a movie. Sorry, Godzilla and Cloverfield Monster, but these guys are just awesome. They're just so much fun to watch. They're all hilarious, and I was actually wanting the movie to go on longer, just so I could keep watching these guys. When someone who paid money to see this movie is wanting it to go on longer and not wanting it to end, you've definitely made a great movie here. Number 2, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. You know what? Screw the critics, screw whoever didn't like this movie. At the end of the day, this movie is flat out fun. just like G.I. Joe. It's fun. It's action-packed. It's great visual effects, great action scenes. This is just a really, really fun movie. And if you hated this movie, then you hated this movie. But I'm entitled to my own opinion, and this is honestly one of the most fun, most well done, most greatest thrill rides I've ever seen in a movie ever. And the #1 best movie of the year is The Twilight Saga: New Moon. I'm just kidding. It's Avatar, and we all know it. There's really nothing more to say about Avatar that hasn't been said already. If you haven't seen it, then something's truly wrong with you. This is just absolutely a fantastic movie, and visually one of the best movies ever made. James Cameron did an amazing job for a pretty cliched story. He did manage to do a beautiful job with this. This is a beautiful movie for a lot of reasons, and absolutely, definitely deserves to be on the best of the year list. Frenzy227's